went live on my podcast, and I just wanted to talk about who we are in this world amongst how many people that live on the earth today, and how, the human experience may be similar, it may differ depending on the country that you're from and the culture that you live in and the priorities that we have. Some things that are put on us, like consumerism and, you know, competing with other people in the Western world, because that's where I'm from, and how when you look at other countries, how, there's different customs and different regulations and things that other people prioritize, you know, unless people travel and learn about other cultures, they don't actually know themselves because they don't know anything different than what they already know or what they've grown up with from a young age. It's like living in a glass house and not coming out of the glass house and not seeing the world for what it is, or not seeing the world at all. Sometimes we get bombarded with other people's opinions and other people's expectations and, their beliefs and their misunderstanding, because not everyone understands what you mean or understands what everyone else means. So a lot of things are misunderstood, you know. And there's a lot of fear-based projections in society, in this reality, in this time of life, and also the time of life before, and will continue until people stand up and realize that, wait a minute, you want me to fear something. In order for me to believe in what you believe in, you want me to fear that there's something else to fear. There's nothing else to fear. Good evening, good evening. There's nothing else to fear. Like, you look in the mirror and you see your reflection, but the only way that you see your reflection is if you look in the mirror or if you look into a camera, you know. What if we're not supposed to see our reflections? What if we're not supposed to see our reflections? But at the same time, like, when we see ourselves, what do we think? A lot of people look at themselves and they're like, oh, I want to change this about myself, I want to change that about myself. But what about listening to the person that you are inside? Hi, good evening. Good evening, good morning, Marcus Robinson. How are you? Um, but yeah, sometimes we fear this thing that we can't see, you know. So I thought I heard something in my house. Every time you hear something, you're like, "Oh my gosh, what's that?" And then you stop talking and then you try and listening to what it is. But yeah, fear is something that we're taught, and we're taught why to fear that, but we're not taught how to combat fear. We're not taught how to combat it. Because imagine this: if we understood fear on a psychological level, like if the young ones, the children, understood fear on a psychological level, even though when they're young, they don't understand what fear is until they get older, and then they're taught other things to fear. We literally teach the kids to be scared of things, you know. It's all about keeping up with the Joneses, looking good, looking good. But looking good isn't always feeling good. You're not always feeling good. You go to the gym and they say pain is gain, but obviously, like, you go to the gym and you work out and it hurts, but obviously you feel good after it because you're working on your heart, you're working on your lungs, You're working on your muscles, you know. You're teaching your heart to beat. You're teaching your lungs to breathe properly, even though it's painful. You teaching yourself certain things. Um, but it's like the muscle in your brain, the fear in your brain, the knowing, the unknowing, the seeing, the believing, the feeling, you know? There's so much to life that is nothing to do with how we look. It's a lot to do with how we feel inside, you know? Imagine not seeing yourself for a very long time and feeling lost because sometimes when I'm out and I'm shopping or whatever, and I haven't seen my face for a long time, I'm like, I miss you. I miss my reflection. Look in the mirror and I feel safe. It's like, you're one person inside, but as you look outside, you recognize that person is you. But the person that looks at you feels like another person. It doesn't feel like the same person. It feels like you're two people. So even though I know what I look like, right now I can't see myself. I can feel myself. I can hear myself. But look in the mirror, it's like another person, like two people. There's your reflection from the outside, but then there's a person that's from the inside of you. It feels like, two people. I don't know if you recognize it or you know what I'm saying, but you know, when you look on the telly, you see people. But do them people see you? No, they don't see you because you're watching them, like right now. Like you can't see me. I'm in the dark. But if you look on my channel, you can see what I look like. You can see me through my channel, which is fine. But I'm always trying to, be a raw, undefined version of myself because that's the version that I feel more comfortable being. And obviously, we've got YouTube and we're able to talk to people from all over the world. And I think that's absolutely awesome, absolutely amazing because, you have a chance to learn from people, to see people, to hear people, you know, to discover new things around the world that you probably wouldn't have discovered if we didn't have the internet or didn't have YouTube or whatnot. And right now, there's a lot of things happening in the world. It's always happening in the world, but a lot of things are to do with consumerism. A lot of it is to do with consumerism. A lot of the wars are to do with greed. You know, and people that lose their lives because of someone else or another part of the world that wants something that they have. It's greed, it's really bad out here. And I know I'm talking about all different things. You can see me. Hello. But yeah, it's deep right now. But obviously I wanna talk about the self and talk about how we try to find ourselves and try to look at ourselves instead of looking deep. Within ourselves. I'm in bed. I'm in bed. What happened there? You going bad, yeah? Oi,
I'm turning it off.
what?
I'm turning it off.
Was it off already?
No, I'm gonna turn it off now.
So why did you come upstairs?
I don't know.
But anyway, hey y'all. So yeah, it's all about listening to your inner self, your inner critic, your inner voice. Because when you don't see yourself, you can only hear yourself. Some people don't have an inner voice. Some people don't have an inner critic. Some people don't understand how that sounds or they can't hear themselves, and that's fine. It's fine, but it's like, how do we allow people to lock in to the voice that's within? How do we help people find themselves from within instead of always looking from the outside? Because if you keep chasing something that's out there, you're never gonna fully accept yourself from in here. you know, because the voice will sound like, I'm not good enough. I'm not I'm not the best person. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not, I'm not tall enough. I'm not wise enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not this enough, you know. But when you close your eyes and you look inside your heart, it feels like, why am I not this and why am I not that? And it's the only reason why you're asking yourself this is because maybe someone told you you're not good enough, you're not this enough, you're not strong enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not wise enough. And it's like, but how do you feel? I feel strong. I feel wise. I feel calm. I feel love in my heart. Sometimes if you sit with yourself for a while and just meditate on yourself and show yourself love, you know, I love myself. I can feel my heart beating. Breathe in, breathe out. And that's fine, you know. The world out there is so loud. It is so loud. It can be so overwhelming for everybody. It can be so overwhelming to the point where when you get home and you shut the door, some people don't even have the privilege of having a home and shutting the door. Some people don't have that. But if you have that, that's a privilege. If you have that, that is a privilege. Just being able to shut the door. Not everyone has that. Don't take the small things that you have in your life for granted. Don't do that. You're never going to live this day again. We're never going to live this hour again. This is a video I can look back and I can listen to it again. But I'm never going to live this second again. We don't live it twice, you know? We can try and live it again. We can try and recreate something, but we're never going to live it again. It's not going to come back to us. It's not going to be like, live it again. It never happens. It will never happen. It wouldn't. Hi, how are you? Sometimes we have to like try and live the best life today. And the best life doesn't mean consumerism. It could just mean that you feel good, or maybe you have something that makes you feel good. Like you eat something that feels good, or you meet someone that makes you feel good. That is a feel good factor in your life. Feel good. What makes you feel good? Me, I like painting. I like painting. I like drawing. I like dancing. I like singing. I like my own company. And I can sing and dance and do all that on my own. Some people can't do that, but we do it. We do this, and we just have to find ways to enjoy life. What does enjoy in life mean to you? It means nurturing myself and harnessing myself and resting sometimes. But hey, I'm on here on YouTube because I want to talk to people. I want to help people unlock the vibrancy that is within themselves. The vibrancy that's a deep thing. It's not a surface level. We never have it on the surface because we never show people who we truly are. Sometimes we hide it. Sometimes we hide it because we're scared to show that person. We're always trying to show people what we think people want to see. It's all about what we think people want to see. It's all about people pleasing. But how about pleasing yourself? Not always people pleasing other people. Oh gosh. Why turn the light on? Yo, why'd you turn the light on? Turn it off. Turn it off. The light. Why are you not in bed? What? Anyway, but I'm gonna go now. I'll probably talk to you soon. Bye.